So what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm back. I took a few days off. I got a little discouraged about the pressure washing business when I did a little bit of research to find out about business licenses. But, I got my spirits back a little bit, and I took a few days off the YouTube. Not like it super duper matters, because there's nobody watching this channel yet. But I want to grow it. I do want to grow it. And I think that growing a business and putting it on YouTube as it's growing will help. You know, or at least it'll make it interesting if anyone ever does watch it. I moved my phone. It was down here underneath where I'm looking at right here. But I moved it up in between here and the windshield. It's a little bit higher, so now I'm not underneath the steering wheel, and you can see what's going on. So I think that's a little better. It's a little bit of a better view, and it doesn't really obstruct my view, so I'm good with it. Wow, I got a couple of cars pulled over. You guys, no, you can only see out my driver window. But yeah, I moved my phone, and I was watching a lot of videos today, man. What was the name of the guy? I can't remember his first name. He said it a few times in the videos that I was watching today. But Forever Self-Employed is a YouTube channel, and the guy's really really good. He's a smart guy. I almost called him kid because he looks young, but he's probably about my age, older or younger by a couple years, give or take, whatever. But I like him. I like that guy. He's out there getting his own. Got a lot of respect for that. He does the pressure washing business that I'm trying to get into, and he makes money flipping cars, and he has vending machine locations. So he's out there hustling, man. That's what I'm trying to do. And I hustle pretty hard at my job, but I'm trying to hustle for myself. I want to build something, you know, of my own, and be able to take care of myself, be able to take care of my family by myself, without worrying about having to drive the garbage truck, you know. I just don't enjoy it very much. Even though it's not a bad job, it's a respectable job, it's just not for me. I actually told that to one of my co-workers, because sometimes we'll be on the phone with each other towards the end of the day when our routes start to get close together, and one of us finishes first, and then we'll help the other guy with their route, whatever's left towards the end of the day, and we'll just talk and stay on the phone the whole time. And I was telling him about how I just am getting burned out, how I don't like this job, how it's not for me, I don't want to do it anymore, you know. And he was talking about how he loves the job. He's been doing it for a long time, and he loves it. It's exactly what he wants to do, and that's great, man. That's really good for him. But I'm not where I belong. I know that, and I don't know if I belong doing this pressure washing stuff that I'm talking about. But I know that I would really like to get out there and make some money on my own, some extra money on the side, even if it is just a seasonal thing, because you can't do too much during the wintertime. I mean, at a minimum, it's going to slow down. It'll definitely slow down. Business will. But in the last video that I made, I was talking about going to talk to the people at the bus garage in the city where I live, and I talked to them, and they told me that they do bring on a company to do the pressure washing, but they contract it out for the whole school year. And so the contract's obviously already been, you know, awarded to another company. So what that means is that I can come back, and she said come back in like August or September, because they try to get the bus drivers to do it, but if not enough people sign up for it, then they bring in a third party company to do it, and they accept bids. And I'm sure I would have to have a business license and insurance. And the insurance, I don't mind paying for. That's probably a good thing to have. And the license, even though it is only about like $100 or something like that, I just don't know why I should have to pay the government to open a business. What business is it of theirs? Well, it's that the IRS knows who you are. They want to have numbers for everybody, and like the business gets its own social security number or whatever, employee ID number. You know, you're creating a whole new entity, and you got to tell the government about it, and so you have to pay for the license. And I'm not sure if you have to like renew the license every year. I need to look into it a little bit more, but I know I want to start without it. I don't need to have a license in the beginning. I'm just going to do some small stuff for some people around the neighborhood. You know, like, hey man, I'm going to come and I'll wash your house and your driveway for like, I'm moving into a neighborhood with a bunch of small houses. So the driveways are like, it's like a 2-lane driveway and maybe like 15 or 20 feet. So it's like basically a square. It's not very long at all. It's a short rectangle, right? So those little driveways, and then the houses aren't super big. They're like I don't know, maybe 1,000 square feet, something like that. Not too much bigger. Most of them, I think some of them do have a second floor, but not all of them. So, you know, I thought about designing a flyer specifically for that neighborhood with like a flat rate price included right there in the flyer, so they know how much they're paying. You know? The only thing is that I don't have any before and after pictures, so I thought about just taking some off the internet, because I don't want to buy the pressure washer until I have appointments set up to go to work. Man, my throat has been scratchy all day. All day it's just been bugging me. Gotta get some water out of this lunchbox, man. Without making the guy behind me mad. You see how he's getting real close to me? You guys can see out my back window, right? Can you tell? A little bit of pothole avoidance right there. Drink your water, people. It's required to live. It's super good for you. So yeah, I just want to take on some small jobs and get started with it. And I want to print out a whole bunch of flyers and then send them out around this neighborhood. And I was thinking, I think I know which neighborhood I'm going to go to. I've got 2 different ones in mind with like smaller houses, but I'm going to have to get a pressure washer, and I'd like to get a decent one. I might pay. It just depends. I'd like to get a bigger and better one, but I might just have to start out with like a small one, like a $300 one, just to get started, and then, you know, get my money back for that pressure washer. And then, but also I'll need to buy, probably, if they want their driveway done, I'm gonna need to get a surface cleaner, which is a really cool thing. It looks like, you guys know those Roombas, those automatic things that run around your house doing like all the vacuum cleaner. It's just like a robot vacuum cleaner. Well, it's similar to one of those. It's like it's the same shape, but it's like 14 or 15 inches. It's about the size of like an extra large pizza, and about 4 or 5 inches high. And it has a stick coming out of the top of it like a broom. This guy's, thanks, guy. What a guy. It's got a stick coming out of the middle of it like a broom. It comes out of it. And then you hook up the hose, the pressurized hose, and then it has, inside of it, it has a rod, and then it has two things, but they're kinked just a little bit, And so when the water sprays out, it makes that rod spin really fast. And so when it spins and you have two spots hitting, it's covering that whole diameter. And when you move it around, it cleans up a whole area. And so it makes it really great for trying to clean surfaces like driveways or sidewalks or whatever. It'll get you done way faster than just the regular knob. Dude, don't even try to pass me up right now. Are you serious? Don't drive like that, people. Wow. That's nice. He's gonna wreck that thing, man. He's driving so fast. And now he's whipping in between cars. Yeah, dude, drive carefully, people. It's so dangerous, and people are just like going out of their way to be more dangerous about it. More cops, man. I guess they're just trying to get everybody. Somebody get that Lincoln. Wow. No, I don't even know what I was talking about. The guy almost ran me off the road. I guess I'm a good driver, but I don't know. I've had a couple of things of my own, and I know for a fact that you gotta be careful out here on the road, man. Anyway, yeah, the surface cleaner. That's a really cool thing, and I want to get one of those. And they've got some cheaper ones that I was looking at like Home Depot and Lowe's. You can get into one for like $60, but if you spend $100, you get a really good one, or a better one. They've got commercial ones for like $1,000. You can spend a lot more on it if you want to get something really good. But I'll probably just get the cheap one to start and make sure that I'm able to get all my money back, and then the business will have to buy its own equipment from then on. I'm gonna loan myself a little bit of money to get started, and then the business has to float all on its own, sink or swim. One more lane. Let's go fast. Let's do. Yeah, we can do 67. 67. That sounds legit. Shouldn't gain on traffic at 67. So the surface cleaner, and then another thing that I would want to get is goodness. The other thing that I really want to get is an extension, something that'll give me a lot more reach, so that I can reach second stories without having to use a ladder. Because that was another thing. If I use a ladder, the insurance that I want to get eventually will be a lot more expensive. I'm not going to say anything about the chemicals that I'm working with, even though I might have a little bit of bleach now and then for doing soft washes. Yeah, you watch enough YouTube videos, you know what a soft wash is, because I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what that was at all. And then there was a couple other words that I just didn't even know what they were. Now I can't think of them, but if I heard it, I would know what it is. Mainly from that one guy that I was talking about. Forever self-employed. The guy's doing a lot of cool stuff, and I like his pressure washing videos. And I really like the car flipping videos. I'd like to get into that. But gotta have money up front to do that. Buying even a $500 car to try to double your money on a little tough. But a buddy of mine, he does that right now. He flips cars all the time. He just bought a Lincoln, I think it's a Lincoln Town Car, similar to the one that almost got into a wreck right here in the video. I can't stop coughing. It's a dry throat thing. Oh. He paid $400 for this Lincoln Town Car, and the only thing wrong with it was the air ride suspension. It was totally deflated, and the seller of the car had no idea why. And my buddy figured that he could probably fix it. It could be a fuse, it could be this and that, but he might end up spending a lot of money just to diagnose the thing. So what he did was took the air ride out, just removed it, and put in some springs from a Trailblazer. And now it's got totally good suspension for like $20 or however much you paid for those springs at Pull Apart. And if you're from Cleveland, you ought to know about Pull Apart. Go to Pull Apart. Or any junkyard, really. Pull Apart's just like, I don't know, is it the name brand junkyard? Is that even a thing? A name brand junkyard? It's the one that everybody knows. If you're in Cleveland, you know about Pull Apart. If you live in Cleveland and you don't drive nice cars, you know about Pull Apart. I should say that. They might even have ads on the radio. I don't know. I don't listen to the radio anymore. But I know that place gets a lot of business. When my buddy who bought that car, I've gone there with him a handful of times, and there's always a lot of cars in that parking lot all the time. Right on West 130th. I think it's just north of 71. I'm not sure, but I actually just passed it up. I actually just passed up 130th. I could have gone off right there. West 130th in Cleveland, Ohio. But yeah, man, there's money. There's money to make, and I can go get some for myself. I don't have to just clock in to get money and to get work. There's people out there willing to pay for services and products, and I want to offer them a service to clean their house. And then in the wintertime, you know, I want to launch something else. Maybe I'll try something else if the pressure washing goes well. But I was thinking about how I want to pass out the flyers. I want to get a whole bunch of them printed. I want to print up at least 100, but I'd like to get like 500, because from what I hear, if you put out 100 flyers, I mean, and depending on the neighborhood and depending on a lot of other things, but if I put out 100 flyers, I would expect to get one call, maybe two. And then you got to try to get referrals and testimonials from people and advertise on Facebook. That's another thing that I might want to try. After I get my money back for the pressure washer and just maybe a little bit more money, if I feel good about it. Stay in your own lane, guy. Almost had to honk my horn again. Twice. One ride home. 2 honks, 1 ride. Jesus. Oof. Alright, coming to a standstill on the highway here. But yeah, so I want to print out a whole bunch of flyers and pass them out. Go door to door and put them in. And a word of advice to anyone who's putting out flyers: if you don't already know, it's probably obvious, but if you don't know, it's a big deal. Don't put them in mailboxes. Don't touch people's mailboxes. That gets you in trouble with the law. You can forget about a no soliciting charge. That's a way bigger charge. I think that, they take that seriously. Messing with mailboxes, you can be fined out the wazoo for doing that. So, gonna avoid doing that. One guy on YouTube, he was talking about how when he passes out flyers, he likes to put them under the doormat because, well, he gave a couple of different reasons, but it doesn't blow away, and if you stick it under the doormat so that your headline is sticking out, like Josh Bailey power washing, that's the only thing you see, and then when you pull it out, you're gonna read that part. You're not just gonna, like, if you roll it up and stick it in somebody's door handle, they can just grab it and throw it away without even looking at it. But if you lay it flat on the ground and then cover it up with the thing right there, you know? And especially if they have some dirty stairs or a dirty front step and it's like power washing, and then right behind the piece of paper is a whole bunch of dirt that I want to get off of them, you know? But yeah, the only thing I was thinking about was like, do I want to use the flyer to quote prices or not? Put on a like $20 off coupon on it. Maybe that'll get them to call. I had a couple ideas to put on this flyer. I was thinking about saying like, hey, $20 off your first wash without quoting a price, just $20 off, and then saying that free car wash. I'll wash your cars for free with any house wash or driveway wash. And one free spot wash with purchase for when the pizza delivery boy comes and leaves an oil stain on your driveway. The only thing is I gotta look more into how easy it is to get fresh oil stains off of concrete. You know, like if I can come the next day to take care of that, then, you know, I'll include that in the price. Like, oh man, I just got my driveway pressure washed. It looks so great. And then, you know, something happens, a spill, whatever. And like, man, I just paid to have this done. It's like, well, guess what, dude? I got you. One of those is free. One of those is free. I got you covered. So I think that's a good thing. It's kind of like a satisfaction guarantee. Maybe I'll offer to do one for free. Just to get some like before and after pictures, but I don't know, because I really don't want to buy the thing until after I have an appointment set up to make some money, you know? I want to set up the appointment for when I'm going to come, and then go buy the power washer a couple days early, at least a couple days early, maybe a week early, or however long I have. Go buy the thing, and then take it home, make sure it works, clean my own house with it, and like get familiar with it, and then take it out on the first job, make some money. And then one other idea I had that I'm really not sure about was saying that I'll donate 10% of the profit to like St. Jude Children's Hospital or something like that. I think if people see that there's going to be a donation involved and that, you know, some of the money's going to be going to a really good cause, and I think that's an example of a really good cause, helping out sick kids, you know. And I would have to pick one, like St. Jude Children's Hospital is just one that, you know, one guy was talking about. That's what he does. He raises money for them, and that's a cool thing. So I don't know who I would want to do it for, but that, you know, they're definitely in consideration, because I think that's a really good place, or at least, you know, it's a children's hospital. It's got to be good, right? I've never really looked into it. So I would want to choose a good charity if I do that. 10% of the profit, because, you know, the reason that I was thinking about doing it is because, yeah, it's a good thing, but I also think that it'll help me score more business, especially in the beginning, you know. And 10% is like a nice little bit, dude. It's a nice little bit, but it won't kill me. But it's enough for like, I think it would lead to me getting more calls if I say like, hey, you know, you're getting $20 off. You're getting a free spot wash if something happens, you know, in the next month or two. And if anything should happen to stay in the driveway in the next month or two, I'll come back for free and spot wash that spot. or whatever happens, I'll take care of that. And 10% of the money is going to go to a good cause. So I don't think that would make a bad flyer, especially with like a couple of before, like maybe one or two before and after pictures. Like, hey, you want me to come and take care of this for you? You got a bunch of dirt on your house. Look at all that mildew and whatever, You got a dirty driveway right here. Let me take care of it. Go put out 100 flyers every day, like at a minimum. I'd like to go out on a Saturday and then just bang out 500 of them and wait for the phone to ring. One of the guys on the video, on one of the videos that I was listening to today, he was saying that when he goes to an area for the first time to hit all the doors with flyers, that he might get nothing. He might not get any calls at all. And then he would go hit it a second time and he would get some more. And then a third time. The third time, he says, that's when the phone calls really start rolling in. When you hit an area for the third time with flyers, so maybe like a month apart. I don't know. He didn't say how much time in between each round of flyers he would let go by. But that makes sense to me because I know that I never buy the first time I see an ad. It's always the second or third or fourth or fifth time. After I see an ad for like, the first time I see it, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. The second time, like, yeah, I really need to get that done. And then the third time I see it, like, all right, man, I really need to get this thing done. And I think that's true. Like, hey, man, I hit you for the third time now. You know that you need to get it done. Just make the call. And he says he doesn't change the flyer at all, because you want it to be recognizable. And that makes a lot of sense to me, too. And I think I want to print out a bunch of them, dude. And I want them to be color. And just one side. I don't need them to be double-sided or nothing. But, yeah, man. I mean, I'm excited to give this thing a shot. And I want to give it a real shot. I want to put out a whole bunch of flyers. That's my first move, is to get a whole bunch of flyers and put them on houses. The only thing I need to do is look up municipal soliciting laws, because my wife told me that in the city that we're moving to, they have no soliciting laws. And if that's true, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have flyers on every single door with my phone number on them, right? So, yeah, I gotta check out local laws anywhere I'm going to be doing that. But I think I want to start like housing developments where all the houses are kind of the same, and then there's this old neighborhood in Elyria, which is not far from where I live, where a lot of those houses are going to need it. A lot of those houses will need it for sure. But the place that I might start, and I just have to look up the local laws in the city that I live in now, North Ridgeville. I gotta look up the laws here and see if there's anti-soliciting laws here, because there's a great housing development. It's about 10 years old, which is plenty of time for some of the stuff to get, grody and built up on, and also not so long that people have already solved their own problem. I think there would be a lot of business to be had there, and there's hundreds of houses there. This is a big development, and they're probably not even done building it up yet, but a lot of the houses have been there for like, I don't know, over 5 years, probably almost 10 years, some of them. So I want to go hit all those doors. I just got to check the laws. It's not far from my house. I can do it anytime. And then also, I want to check out some neighborhoods that are close to where I work, because those would be the ones that I could really get to during the week. If I can get there quick after work. If I can get off work and then go there immediately, quickly. So, I'm gonna buy some county maps and then circle the neighborhoods that I've done, and then maybe circle them again if I do them again, and then as soon as I get a customer, man, I'm gonna get a good book to keep them in. You know, customer name, first date of contact, date of estimate, date of service, amount charged, amount quoted, amount charged, and just all of those statistics. I want to keep all of my statistics. And then save them, because once you do one of them, they'll probably say yes the next year. So any customers that I get this year, you know, like I'll probably, at least half of them will probably go again next year. So half the customers that I get this year will go again next year, on top of the ones that I get new next year. And then after maybe 4 or 5 years, I'll have a nice little book of business going. And it's just side money. I don't know if it's going to be a big deal. It probably won't be a big deal. But, you know, if I could get an extra couple $1,000 during the summer, well, wouldn't that just be wonderful? Yeah, I'd love to have a couple $1,000 extra every summer, you know? Pay off this car, get a new firearm, and then, you know, whatever my wife wants, if she wants to do something with the money. I kind of leave that stuff up to her, man, you know? They were asking me, the same guy I was talking about who loves his job that I work with, I was on the phone with him and one other guy, and they were joking at me about how my wife wears the pants. And, you know, I mean, I guess there's something to that. I feel like neither of us is the boss of the other, you know? And I let her make a lot of decisions about money because she's a little bit more reasonable than me. I get too excited, you know? And I'm always talking about, like, we need to conserve money, we need to stop spending money, we need to stop doing this and that, and pay off all the debt. But then I also want to go out and spend money on stuff, so I'm just totally inconsistent, man. I get so excited about, once I get something in my head, I get excited. It's kind of like this pressure washing thing, you know? If the past bears anything on the future, you know, this thing is just gonna fizzle out and not go anywhere. But I really don't think so, man. I want to really do this. I want to give it a shot. So that's the new update. The bus garage service didn't work out, but you know, I'm gonna give this thing a shot. But I'm out later.